everyone, my name is Monique, and today I'm going to talk about how can social media provide a safer environment for teenagers. And this is my outline. I divided it into 4 parts. First one, introduction. I'll talk about social media and the pros and cons of social media. And the second one, I'll introduce a case, and the main character is called Molly Russell. And the third one, I'll talk about my conclusion and reflection about this issue. And the last part is Q&A. Let's start with the introduction. Nowadays, many people are accustomed to use social media every day. For example, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and more. This can help us keep in touch with our friends, but also bring anxiety or depression at the same time. And these are some common pros and cons of social media. First one, pros, convenient. We can find various information. And the second one is connectivity. We can build up relationships with our friends or family. And the third one is free to use. And the last one is stay up to date. We can know the latest news immediately. And for the cons, first one is privacy issues, for example, personal data leakage. And the second one, cyberbullying. And the third one, mental health problems, for example, appearance and anxiety or lack of self-confidence. And the last one is inappropriate contents for teenagers. Next, I'll introduce a case, and the main character is called Molly Russell. And in November 2017, a 13-year-old British girl named Molly Russell passed away because of the contents recommended by social media algorithm. And algorithm in Chinese is called 演算法. And she is the first user to be sentenced to death by the algorithm recommended by social media. She suffers from depression herself, and she often browses negative news or some pictures of suicide or self-harm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And she follows an account of a boy with depression on Twitter. And once she follows this account, Twitter algorithm will recommend more related accounts to her. And over time, she will receive negative news or information or pictures about suicide every day, and finally lead to her death. And her dad has said that it's time to protect our innocent young people instead of allowing platforms to prioritize their profits by monetizing their misery. And I think Molly Russell's case is a tragedy of technological progress. And this also made me think whether users still have the freedom to choose under the algorithm mechanism. And I believe that everyone must have an experience of being recommended by the algorithm on social media. For example, I often browse posts or reels about food on Instagram. So over time, Instagram algorithm will recommend a lot of accounts related to food to make me follow. And another example was that according to a statistic, 70% of videos are recommended by YouTube through an algorithm. And this is because the internet will record and analyze the footprint which users usually leave on the social media. And I think also, even that after Molly Russell's incident, the social media companies have assured users that these kind of problems will be improved. But I think we should pay more attention to the contents we usually browse on the internet, whether whether it will bring a bad influence on ourselves, and try our best to seek help from family or friends instead of posting on the social media, because it is very likely that the signal of help may be ignored. And I think companies should establish something like youth protection mechanisms to provide this kind of tragedy happen again, and hope that this kind of tragedies won't happen in the future. And this is the resource I use. And thank you, everyone.
Good. Can we start with any questions, comments, or responses? So has anyone here ever heard of the news before?
So do you think we should restrict teenagers' use of social media?
I think it's no, because social media have a lot of pros, although it has cons. But I think teenagers should pay more attention to the content they always browse. Is it appropriate? And if they have a bad feeling, they should ask their parents or talk to other friends to ask about whether this content is appropriate to browse or not.
To follow up that question, so for example, YouTube has published an app called YouTube for just for kids. So do you think it may help protecting those kids, or this is not necessary?
I think it helps because, for example, we often watch news on TV about some negative social incidents like suicide or something. And I think if kids watch this kind of news often, they will in a bad mood, and it will affect their growth. Yes.
Has Russell's father tried to maybe sue the social media companies over her girl's death?
Oh yes, but I think the social media companies just assured users that they will improve or solve this kind of problems, but I think they didn't really solve these problems since then.
Oh, so did the company face any charges or prosecutions?
No.
Okay, I see.
And some people have go to the road and protest about this incident. Yes.
Yeah, Julie?
Do you think we should ban people upload or post some negative things on the public social media?
You mean something about like self-harm pictures or? I think yes, because when you post on the social media, it will bring a lot of influence on many people, because many people will browse on social media, and when people see this kind of news, they may feel uncomfortable or being very sad to see this kind of posts.
Good. So any others?
Yes.
Do you think algorithm advantage is outweigh disadvantage?
I think maybe yes, because when I watch YouTube, I don't need a lot of time to search what kind of videos I want to watch, because the algorithm will recommend me some related videos I often watch. But I think I think the advantage is outweigh of disadvantage.
Good. Any others? Okay, so if not, then thank you very much.
Thank you.